Hey everyone, and welcome to Tuesday night. I was gonna say what night it was as far as the tournament goes, but I actually have no idea. So
Yeah, we have been doing
there
this for a little while
there
now.
goes that whole introduction. Oops.
I think it's week 7, week
Sure, that sounds
uh,
good.
week 8, maybe something along those lines. I know we are getting fairly close to the end of our season here. I am Tom Holland, your one of your hosts.
And I'm Ambrose, your other host for tonight. Our first game tonight is the front fell off versus training with Miyagi, which was scheduled to start a minute ago, but we're getting there. Um, who else do we have up tonight? I'm going to apologize right now. I am so not prepared.
I can't be prepared for all of them. So, as of right now, we are still setting up the match. Um, it looks like training with Miyagi is, as of right this second, missing a person. So I think everyone from the front fell off is there.
Well, I'm looking in game and no one from the front fell off is there.
Well, I'm
Eh,
pretty sure Hoggles is inviting everyone, but
yeah,
yeah,
he's
based on the
handling that,
chat,
but
1v5, yeah.
I'd like to see that. I like Hoggles just like, where's your fifth? And then Jordan's response is, where's your second, third, fourth, and fifth?
Yeah.
um. Anyway, the second game for the night is Sneaky Boulders versus the front fell off, and then the third game for the night is Sex Panther versus Four Pony. Which I am really looking forward to that third game. That's going to be a good one.
Yes, it is. I believe they've already faced off once. I'd have to look back to see who won previously. Let's see. I want to say it was Four Pony, but I will double check
Yeah,
that.
Four Pony won, and I think Four Pony actually handed Sex Panther their only defeat.
That's right. That's what it was. So, it'll be very interesting to see if results will repeat themselves.
Yeah, can Sex
And
Panther tie that back up, or what's going to happen? While we're waiting here for a minute, I saw some kind of cool news today. Um, for people here in the states, which I think most people that are watching probably are. In Florida,
don't discriminate against the Canadians.
eh, in Florida, I'm just saying, I don't think any Canadians are watching. Uh, in Florida, a guy robbed a convenience store. He had a revolver. They didn't specify what kind. Um, and neither one of the clerks could open the safe for him. So when he was told that the safe couldn't be opened, he actually shot the one clerk. And the clerk had in his breast pocket a an HTC like Evo 3D or something like that. And the bullet actually hit the phone. Maybe about an eighth inch from the edge of the phone, and the phone actually stopped the bullet. Probably, most likely, between the screen and the battery and stuff like that. Mostly the battery, I'm sure, is what stopped it. But that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. Remember we were discussing it earlier, and somehow we managed to start talking about deep fried cell phones.
Oh, that's what it was. Because I wanted you to ask Siri if she would take a bullet for you.
Oh, that's right. And she was very nondescript about it. She just told me to get back to work.
Didn't you ask Siri once before if she was plotting to kill you, and wasn't the response something like, "I can't tell you that"?
Yeah, again, very vague. So be careful, those of you that waited Siri. On a very positive side, though, ask Siri how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. About a dozen times. It's really funny. So many different answers for that question with Siri.
speaking of Apple and all, apparently there was a patent filing that was just upheld by a court somewhere. Um, Apparently, way back in the day when the iPhone first came out, Apple had patented um, capacitive touchscreens. So there's a few companies,
Really?
yeah. So if this is upheld, there's a few companies that kind of get a pass on this. Microsoft gets a pass because they have a lot of patent sharing going on with Apple, and I know for sure HTC gets a pass. Um, I feel like Samsung has to because of all the legal battles that were going on with Samsung and Apple last year, or earlier in this year. I think I feel like there's some patent sharing happening there, so I think Samsung might be okay. But some interesting thoughts though, because if that happens, well then all of a sudden basically everyone making Android phones has to go back to a physical keyboard, and no one's going to want that. But then you have other very interesting things going on, like Google's starting to lock down Android more and more. And I've totally just turned this into a tech show while we're waiting. But Google's locking down Android more and more. And a very interesting thing to note, I think, is that really like Android was just kind of like this little thing um, until Samsung came in. And it's sort of Samsung with their gigantic well of hardware that sort of made Android what it was.
Huh, I had never thought about that
Yeah,
before.
I mean, really, it's Samsung's the manufacturer that really brought Android into the limelight. And so with all this stuff being locked down from Google, and I mean, for things like they have this, I'm forgetting what it's called off the top of my head. It's like the Alliance of Open Devices or something silly like that. Um, and basically, if you're a manufacturer and you're part of that, you're not allowed to make stuff for anyone that's not. So like Amazon can't have anyone that's a part of it make the Kindle. They're not allowed to. Um,
Really?
and
Hmm.
I think it was Asus. They were making like some tablets and stuff, and they tried to get out of this. And Google basically said to them, well, if you leave, like you can't use any of the Google branded apps, which all of the open Android apps, like the messaging and the browser and all that, it's all becoming Google
Right.
apps. And
Yeah.
and Google also sort of threatened them with some stuff like pulling licensing for them to develop Android devices at all and things like that apparently. Um,
Oh, yeah, that'll
but
scare
well, Samsung's gone
Asus.
and Samsung's developed all their own. They've been working on them. So Samsung could basically, they're sort of positioning themselves to where they could just pull out of that and be like, well, we can keep making our own stuff. But then, one of the other thoughts is, well, if Samsung gets really fed up with Google, um, and Android, what if Samsung switches to like Windows Phone? Will we then see Windows Phone become a super like popular kind of platform like Android did because of Samsung's support of it? I think that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because right now, people, it's like I have not met anyone actually that has a
That
Windows
uses a
Phone.
Windows Phone, yeah.
I know, literally know people that use them.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I figured it would have been bigger than it was because ever since Smart Glass had come out, but I
Smart Glass was kind
guess
of a dud.
that's true. But it's also available on multiple things. Like you don't need a Windows phone to use it. It works on i iPods, iPads, iPhones. So I don't
I
think it
believe it
works as
works.
integral. So it works with I think even most Android
I think it
devices
does.
too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not really a requirement, which might be part of why it hasn't increased sales for, as far as I know, for Windows phones. But
All right. I just thought it was something interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how things shake out, especially with that whole capacitive touchscreen thing. That's like that has potential to be amazingly huge.
yeah, okay. Now that our tangent's finished, we are still waiting for one other player for the front fell off. believe it's Malecki.
It actually looks like he is in the TeamSpeak now, so I'm assuming he'll be on soon.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't know if I have any other tangents to go on. Oh, actually, I have another one. This is more tech news. This matters to me because I am an Adobe customer. Um, so a couple weeks back, Adobe basically they found that they had a security breach, and originally they were saying like 2.9 million um, uh, accounts had user data stolen.
Oh yeah, actually I got a letter about that. That reminds me.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
and as of today, I heard. I'm not sure when this came out. I just saw the article today. Apparently now, it's up to at least 38 million people. Potentially
Oh
up to
wow.
150 million people. Like
Wow.
that's that's a lot. Like, what's the population of the U.S. now?
Uh, based on the letter that I had read, also they were saying that they would allow people as long as they do. I have to look at the dates. I think they're coming up. Um, that they would allow people to have a 1 year subscription of like one of the security services. I don't know what that monitors your credit.
I think it was Equifax or something, or
yeah,
whatever the one is.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look at that. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, let's take a look at the bans right now. The front fell off has banned Malphite, Shen, and Maokai. Shen's a pretty popular ban. I know people hate that taunt. That taunt and Rammus taunt are really irritating. So I can see why they would pick those bans. And for the other team, we've got Gangplank, Malzahar, and Teemo. A little bit of counter banning against the front fill off, it looks like.
And some of that is definitely focused at Hoggles, Malzahar and Gangplank specifically.
Yeah, those are, and Teemo has been used by Brutal quite a bit. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, luckily, all of them have played, those two anyway, have played multiple champions, so it probably won't hurt them that much, but it might throw them off their game a little bit.
And we're going to see a Jinx again tonight. I think this is the second time we've seen her come out, maybe?
Yes, I believe last week Marzal was the first person to use her, so we did guess that Jinx was going to be a character that was going to be used a lot more towards the end of this season, since the 2-week ban has been lifted.
Oh, and we just had a Thresh locked in. We haven't seen a Thresh support in a little while either.
Well, that's because he's so frequently banned. I wonder if they're just picking him because of the pool, or I mean, I don't know all of the players on that team, so I don't know if they're picking him just because of the pool, and I don't know what their skill is with Thresh.
The Thresh is good and powerful between the pull and the lantern. I mean, you know, if you have a really good Thresh player, you can make a lot of things happen.
So this is interesting. I'm assuming there's going to be some trades on. There we go. On the front fell off. So Heavy Metal has Tryndamere. That's one of his favorites, I know. Marzal is using Vi. I think that'll be a first for him this season. Malecki's going to use Ashe. That's another first. It's usually, I think in the past, it's pretty much been Mundo, with the exception of once or twice he played Nasus.
That's also a new position for him as well.
Yeah, he's usually solo top. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. And then we've got Brussel playing Nasus, and Hagos playing Olaf. It's been a long time since I've seen him play Olaf, so
I think he's been
kind of
practicing though. I think. I could be wrong. It's happened before.
I hope he's been practicing, because I know Olaf. Well, any champion really. It's easy to get back into the swing of them, but it usually takes at least a couple games to really figure them out again. So, and for training with Miyagi, Drin is Jinx. Drin plays a really strong AD carry. I know.
I'm really looking forward to him as Jinx.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. I remember Caitlyn used to be my favorite champion to play, and I was so proud of how well I was doing with him. And then Drin plays him and just totally outdoes everything that I did, and he does. And that was like his second time playing Caitlyn, so he's quite good with AD carries. And then we've got Alistar jungle. That he's a strong jungle, and he's really irritating.
I don't know if we've seen Alistar yet either, actually. So.
You might be right about that. Perhaps somebody in the Twitch chat can let me know.
Yeah, keep an eye on that, because I actually don't have it up right now.
We've got Syndra and Warwick.
Also a couple new faces.
Yeah,
well, Warwick might not be.
We've seen Warwick before. I'm a little surprised that he's not the jungle. And I only say that because I know Alistar also plays a really good support. So, then again, they have Thresh. So, if I had to guess on the placement, Warwick's probably top. Syndra's mid. And it'll be, obviously Alistar's jungle, and it'll be Jinx and Thresh bottom. If they do the standard breakup, which obviously can change.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this game, that's for sure. I'm especially looking forward to seeing what the front fell-off does, especially with the kind of swaps that they've had in roles here.
Yeah, this is definitely a new format they're going with, so I really would like to see how they do this. I mean, last Thursday they had a swap of roles too, but not a major one. I know Malecki went bottom, and Mars Hall went AD carry. I believe Hoggle stayed mid. I don't remember where Brussel went or the other person on their team.
That all sounds about right, I think.
Oh, Justicar Syndra. I haven't seen that skin yet. And Drin has Mafia Jinx. That's I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. It's nothing about the skin. I think it's sort of neat, but it's just I really like the classic skin so much more. So
yeah, I think we didn't talk about it, but I think Tryndamere is one of Heavy Metal's sort of comfort kind of go-to champions.
yeah. This Alistar skin, I think it's pretty common, if I recall correctly, since I have it, and I don't play Alistar at all. It was a skin that you could get for free, which would unlock the champion as well. That's not necessarily the case, and what I mean is that I have a skin for a champion that I've never played. Especially used to be.
This could get interesting. Are we gonna have another crazy level 1 brawl?
Oh. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
I want someone to hit something.
Oh, I thought I was charging it. Oh,
there we go.
We've got a fight starting.
Yep.
And, okay.
They are surrounded now. They're not focusing on anyone in particular.
Yeah, this is not very good for blue. But actually, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're not doing bad considering this isn't really ideal positioning.
Yeah, they were focusing all on the same champion, even though they kept switching off. They all focused, so they were able to do pretty well with that. They weren't able to stop purple from getting blue, however, but they were able to do pretty well, deal more damage than they were dealt.
They're also not set up to go grab any buffs right now. Like, I'm not really sure what they're planning. So they're just...
Yep.
Do they think they're playing an ARAM? They're all hanging out there. This is something completely new.
All 5 of them.
This might be one of the quickest turrets we've seen if they all just push it. Oh.
Oh, Nessus
is getting gonna have to back out.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta be careful here. They're gonna get collapsed on from behind.
Right. Oh, Vine rushed in. And
yeah, she got hooked.
Pulled by Thresh, but makes it out.
This is
interesting.
It really is, and you know, I wonder if it's gonna throw training with Miyagi off.
Oh, I see Hoggles moving away a little bit. I'm not sure he's
Nasus is moving down bottom.
Oh, he surprised, came in on Syndra. Will he be able to get the kill, or?
I don't think so. She's getting away. Nasus and Alistar down bottom. Warwick's just all by his lonesome up top. And they're still poking at each other here in mid.
Yeah, this is a very unorthodox fight.
This is interesting though, because now they
took the system out, which is probably a good move on their part against training with Miyagi. They're a very
Vi's gonna go down here though.
Oh, there's first blood. Training with Miyagi is a very experienced team, so throwing them off as best they can is probably a good move, giving them a little bit of a head start.
Well, it was also kind of an interesting 1-3-1 setup.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see that very often.
We're about to have a 3-on-1 down here in the bottom lane, though.
And it looks like Maleki's going to have to be careful with Ashe, because he's really low health. The Vi's there, though, so he might have time to back off. And he is. It looks like Hoggles is jungling right now. Even though I thought Tryndamere was the one with Smite.
He's heading back. No, I do believe he had Smite. Yes, he has Smite.
Oh, and we've got Alistar invading. Oh, there's a little fight at the red. I'm not sure, though, if... No, Alistar is backing out. It's probably a good call, because...
And they did just take out Nasus down bottom here. It was a 2-on-1. Now it looks like Hoggles is going to head in. He's going to have to be careful. He's already down to half health, though.
Right, and he doesn't have very much poke. He's got that axe, but...
no, but if Thresh lands a hook, which he was pretty close there...
Yeah.
Alistar's meeting Ashe in the middle. Vi and Nasus are both heading down here now. I might have a 3-on-2 developing.
And we've got Tryndamere versus Warwick top. They're trading blows. I think Warwick's doing a little bit better, but it's pretty relatively even.
They're chasing down under Thresh right now, Vi and Nasus.
Oh, and it looks like they might be
Are they
going to
get him? They're going to get Thresh.
They do.
Got back a kill, that's good.
Yeah, and we've got not much action mid lane right now, just a little bit of trading blows between Ashe and Lysandra.
Vi is back down. She's down almost at half health. This will be interesting. I wonder if they're going to catch her out here.
Ooh.
Vi's charging
Ashe
up.
just got stunned and hit pretty hard.
Popped the pot though.
Oh, they pushed Rin back to his tower.
The top looks pretty even.
Yeah, Thresh is coming in.
Thresh is coming back,
so
yeah.
They're going to have to take this tower pretty soon. Top, we've had Olaf came in and he's assisting Tryndamere.
Warwick does have about double the experience, or double the CS of Tryndamere up here. So even though Tryn's got him pushed back right now, Warwick is definitely winning the lane.
Right.
So
He's even.
gonna see something
he
happen
also
here in
has
mid.
his ult too, so Tryndamere has to be careful until he hits 6.
Oh, probably gonna see Ashe go down here.
Oh, Tryndamere.
We might see Olaf go down as well.
Tryndamere might go down as well. Oh.
Olaf's gonna make it back to the tower. Tryndamere is gonna just barely survive up top.
Yeah, but he almost had the tower take out Warwick, so that was a good move. Syndra is uncontested right now mid, and just pecking away at that tower.
Might have Alistar moving in on the bottom lane here soon.
Oh, there
Here he comes.
Rushing in. And
Vi is going to go down.
Vi's gone.
That is exactly what he did up in the middle lane.
Yeah, I don't know if Nasus is going to be able to do a whole lot against Thresh and Jinx right here.
No, I don't think so.
We've got Tryndamere top still. He's waiting to jump in on.
Warwick's got 2 levels on him though right now.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to be careful because unless he gets 6 right now, all right, Warwick's going back, so he's gonna be able to get some farm and probably
We're about to see
by the time Warwick gets
4
back,
on. Well, they're both heading back. It was going to be a 4 on 2, then it was going to be a 4 on 1. But now we've got a 4 on none.
Syndra's back uncontested mid lane.
Yeah, just poking at that turret. They also got about half the health off the turret earlier. Oh, is that arrow going to hit? Oh, no. That looked a lot closer on the mini-map than what it actually was.
Yeah.
They are going to grab the bottom turret, though. So they do grab the first turret.
That's a pretty good move on their part, but yeah, they did just give up mid tower. Well, they're moving in, but they're probably gonna run into some trouble with Alistar. At least to slow him down. And Syndra's gonna move in against Ashe. And that
Vi's coming up from behind. But here comes Vi, and Syndra's gonna back off.
Oh.
Olaf went down. Oh, Ashe. There goes Ashe now.
Yeah, Ashe was having a hard time with Syndra earlier,
yeah.
So he probably should have gone around the bottom of the lane instead of through the grass when he went to intercept her and slow her down.
Nasus and Vi here. Let's see what they can do.
There's not a lot.
Vi is going to go down
Alistar right now because he just quartered their damage.
But
so.
if NASA's... There he goes. NASA's got
that-
him. Few turret hits, and let's see, can they...
Can they get cindered? Yes,
and they got him. Trindenberg came in to help out.
That was a very good move on Front Fellow's part. And they looks like they're going to be uncontested mid lane for a little while now. They're going to probably
Are they going to
take
be able to get this? Here comes Ash to help do some damage on it.
Now, looks like though Jinx and Thresh are uncontested bottom. They're going to take this
They're
tower.
chunking that turret pretty
Olaf's
good.
coming in, but I think they're just doing too much damage.
No, that turret's going to go down at any second. But still, being a turret up, they've evened up the gold a little bit. I mean, they're still 4 kills down. And they're pushing on. They're going to grab a second turret here in the middle lane.
Oh wow! So yeah, they're doing.
They are capitalizing when they can right now. They're doing great. That's where they've fallen short in some of the other games. They've gotten kills, they've been able to push one objective and then not capitalize on another.
Oh, Vi is oh, it looks like Vi's going down though.
But we've got 2 more heading in. We've got Tryndamere and Nasus right behind him.
Coming in. Warwick is going to have to watch out. I mean, even with his lifesteal, I think they're going to have a hard time.
It's 2 on 1.
There he goes.
Warwick's going to go down, but they did grab the middle turret, and they're going to go push on to the second one as well.
Alistar is coming up, and will he be able to defend the tower against 3 of them now? I don't know if they're going to be able to.
Don't know.
They're
taking some good hits.
What that move was from Ash. Forget what it is. That bird.
Oh, look.
Cypher.
But now Olaf is the only one down here against 3 in the middle lane, and they're going to push on.
For Front Fellow. He's able to escape.
They're going to push on.
No, he's
they
not.
ap him.
Jinx ult to kill Olaf.
And they're going to push on for the third central
Vi's
tower.
Here, but I don't know if that's going to be.
Nope, and they've got her hooked. Vi is going to go down here.
They have to be, Front Fellow has to be real careful because
NASA's going to go down to a turret up top as well. And Warwick is...
For this moment, the Front Fellow has been doing an excellent job. Oh, that was a good
Ash
job
just
for...
barely saved
Ash.
Tryndamere there. The Trynd goes back in. He's going to go down now.
Oh, this is not good.
Olaf is going to go down again, and they're going to grab their first inhibitor.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like they were, until this moment, actually, the Front Fellow was doing a real good job at sticking together, which is something they've had issues with in the past.
Right.
And then they started to trickle in.
It just sort of fell apart there. Well, it was just whoever was up was trying to defend. I mean, Training with Miyagi really capitalized on that push down the middle lane.
Yeah.
And it was just whoever was there was trying to defend while they still had other people pushing up top.
Yeah,
that was,
and it just didn't work out for, I think it was Olaf, and it didn't work out, and then Vi came in to try to help, but just...
Now we're going to see the first dragon go down here.
Was grabbed by Thresh's pool. Blue team sees it, but I don't know if they're probably not going to go in.
I don't know if... Oh, got another turret up top here.
Oh, that was a dragon.
Vi did jump in on the dragon, but
yeah, but it was
Yagi's gonna get it, and I'm not sure why.
Well, he tried to steal it because he's probably thinking that dragon is worth more gold than his death, which might be true.
Yeah, I think maybe he jumped in a little early there to try to get the steal.
I thought it was a little late. I thought dragon already went down by the time he jumped in.
Maybe. Maleki's gonna go down again.
Oh, but they were able to take Cinder.
It was a 1-for-1 trade, yeah. Right now they don't need 1-for-1 trades, so they've only got half the kills, but they're about even in turrets. Although they have lost an inhibitor, the front fell off, so I would definitely call them behind. But this isn't something that they can't come back from. And
I think we've talked about this before. Even 1-for-1 trades are actually probably going to be better for the front fell off at this point than they would be.
Right, because they are not worth as much.
Right. So if they can even keep up 1-for-1 traits, then
Tryndamere is
they're
kind of in a
gonna
bad spot right
catch
now.
up.
He's gonna run into Thresh. He's got Vi and Warwick to his north.
I'm surprised he was able to make it out of there with no fighting.
Well, I'm not sure Thresh really wants to pick a fight with a Tryndamere.
That's
I mean,
true.
he
but
is.
Jinx
He's got
was
two.
nearby.
Jinx was nearby, and Thresh could hold him up for a while. Vi's got to look out here. She's got Jinx coming in. She actually hits Olaf there, though.
Oh, there's Olaf, and are they going to... He's not the best person to target.
Nope. But Olaf is going to go down.
Yeah.
They're just barely going to lock up Vi.
Yeah.
And Tryndamere is going to run away from that one.
That's probably a good move.
Yeah. Gave
And
Vi the
Warwick
red
just
buff.
walks past Nasus and starts farming on his creeps behind
Ash
the
just
turret.
went down as well. Oh, but they just...
Oh, is Tryndamere going to be able to get out of there? He uses his ult, but...
Warwick is right on his heels.
You mean Alistar? Yes.
Yeah, Alistar. They're gonna grab this turret now, though. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was not the place you wanted to teleport to.
Yeah, that was,
Alistar is low, but they're not gonna be able to get him here, I don't think.
No, and Alistar, I think, still has his ult. So he can heal and cut damage. Oh, what was Malecki thinking? He just practically walked into Alistar right
Yeah,
there.
that was another, they caught him out again. This has been one of the faster paced games I think we've had.
Yeah, and it was a very...
Right from the beginning.
Yeah, at the pace that this is going, I think the front fell off is not going to be able to come back. Now, the pace can change and slow up, but they've lost all of their turrets except for the...
Vi's not going to be able to handle
turret.
Warwick there. They've
Rather,
only got,
Nexus turrets.
inhibitor turrets. Or, Nexus turrets. I just did the same thing you did. Barely going to make it out of that one. They're going to get one of their inhibitors back now. They're going to need that, but...
Oh, so it looks like they might get Warwick out of this.
They are going to get Warwick.
Will they be able to get Syndra as well? She's
Are they?
really
I think
low,
they're going to be able to get Syndra. Wow,
but they both get taken out.
Syndra actually pops both of them. So
Very good move on
that's
Syndra.
not bad for Syndra. So even if you go down and take two others with you, that's not such a bad deal.
Right. Let's take a quick look at CS real quick. Before
I haven't
the
done
other
that
team
in a
comes
while.
in. Jinx is 108. Alistar has 57. Syndra 85. Thresh 0.
Nice.
And Warwick 117. That's a really good support. Most likely. That doesn't necessarily mean much, but being able to, that means that he took no CS from his AD carry. That's really good.
What you also see here, though, with the CS numbers is where the front fell off grouping up at the beginning. The way they did kind of hurt all their CS.
Yes, it did.
Because they stuck together. I mean, right now, Tryndamere's highest on their team with 79. Nasus right behind him with 72. And those were the first two to break out into lanes on their own. When everyone else stayed grouped up in the middle after that weirdness that happened at the beginning of the game.
Right. So, it gave him the early advantage, but I think it hurt them quite a bit.
Yagi's going to grab the Baron here, and then they're probably going to push in for the win, I would think.
Yeah. And Baron goes down.
And right as Baron goes down, the front fell off pushes out of their base, so they got to be careful here. They're probably going to get some of them caught out.
Yes, they're going to circle around, get Nasus and Olaf.
Yep,
So probably.
they've got
anyway.
them completely
I don't know if
surrounded.
they'll
They're just melting
escape.
through them.
Olaf might be able to because he can't be slowed, but
They're still gonna get him, I think.
yeah, they got him.
There goes Olaf.
It is interesting when you see a Thresh pull and it doesn't pull, it just stays connected to him.
Alistar just doesn't care about turrets at all. They're working on... So they were working on 2 inhibitors.
Has been destroyed.
It's 1 inhibitor, there goes the next inhibitor.
His inhibitor has been destroyed.
Looks like they're going for bottom just to...
They are going to grab the bottom inhibitor just to get them all.
Yeah, well, it's a good strategy. Some might think that they could just end it, but if they
they're going to take
wind
out...
up being forced back somehow, it makes super minions come in all lanes.
Right.
So another person goes down.
But they're just going to murder the entire team right now.
Yeah. And
Ashe is going to go down.
And this is being...
That's going to be the ace.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That was a pretty quick game.
Oh, they got the double explosion at least. That was it was one of our quickest games so far, but it
got off to a really quick start, and actually the front fell off looked really good at the beginning of that one. Like they were doing something completely different,
and they were sticking together. They were looking like a really strong team, and I like I said, I think it sort of fell off for them when Olaf was the only one defending that middle turret. And he died, and Vi came in to try to help, but it was too late, and wound up putting herself in a position to just be 3v1ing, I think, and died quickly. And then it was just trickling back in, and it's hard for them to come back when they died. Like Olaf died, Vi died, then Olaf went back in and died. That's it's really hard to come back from that, especially with how fast-paced the game was going.
Yeah, that one definitely, it got off to kind of a quick start right at the very get-go. Like that was it was entertaining. It was different. And it was working. I mean, the front fell off definitely had something going there at the beginning.
The Twitch chat is asking for numbers for the jungles. So maybe we can click on Nasus and Alistar. Someone else pointed out that wards for the front fell off would help. I don't know if that was their biggest issue this time, because they ran into the enemy in their jungles a little bit, but that wasn't... it would have helped at the very end with after they had Baron, but that wasn't the biggest issue, I think.
Yeah. Don't know. It was definitely a very different game though. Like the beginning was very different, and you could see where that... I feel like that strategy at the beginning did throw training with Miyagi off a little bit at first. Like I feel like they were maybe kind of a little confused by it, but they definitely weren't completely put off their game by it. And it might have hurt the front fell off more than anything because they lost out on a lot of CS early on then.
Yeah. I think if they had been able to play as strong as they did, but stuck with the earlier games so they could have kept up with CS, that probably would have been their best bet. But I don't know, with how strong they were playing early on, I think that it was a good strategy, and at the very least, it probably was pretty fun for them because they got to really change things up and not just do the standard team comp. So
Thresh did finally kill a minion, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, we've got a few minutes between this match and the next one, so I think we're gonna kill the stream now, and then we'll be back in about 15 minutes or so for the second match of the night, which will be, I've already forgotten.